Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I will show you how to think in English in today's lesson. If you've been studying English for a while but still find yourself translating from your native language into English in your head, this video is definitely for you. Learning to think in English can make you more confident, help you speak more fluently, and increase your understanding of everyday English. We'll talk about simple, practical tips you can use right away to switch your thinking from your native language to English. Let's get started. First of all, you might wonder, why do I need to think in English? Can't I learn vocabulary and grammar and practice speaking? The answer is yes, you can learn those things, but if you keep translating in your head, you'll slow down your fluency. You might also get stuck on words that don't have an exact translation in English. Thinking in English helps you. 1. Improve fluency. When your thoughts are already in English, the words come out faster and more naturally when you speak. 2. Boost confidence. You'll be more confident in conversations if you don't have to pause to translate. 3. Develop an English brain. Over time, using English for your internal thoughts strengthens your overall comprehension and language intuition. Think of it like switching your phone's language setting to English. You gradually adapt and start recognizing patterns without having to go back to your original language. Let's dive into the strategies that can help you get there. One of the simplest ways to start thinking in English is to label the objects around you. Let me show you an example. Here, I have a cup, a pen, and a notebook. Instead of saying these words in your native language, I want you to practice calling them by their English names. Cup, pen, notebook. As you walk around your room, apartment, or house, try to mentally name everything in English. Door, window, television, chair, table, and so on. Do this even briefly when you look at them. Over time, this will become automatic, and you won't need to think of the object in your native language first. You'll just think cup or door. This is a tiny step, but a powerful one. The second tip is to create an inner monologue in English. That means talking to yourself in your head in English as much as possible. For example, when you wake up in the morning, think, I need to get out of bed. Then I'll make breakfast, maybe some scrambled eggs and toast. Then I'll check my emails before I start work. Instead of using your native language to plan out your day, do it in English. You can do this while you're cooking, doing chores, or commuting. If you're washing dishes, say to yourself, I'm washing the dishes. The water is hot. I'm using dish soap. I need to clean the plates and the cups. It may feel funny at first, but over time, you'll get used to it and it'll start to flow more naturally. An extra tip: if you get stuck on a word you don't know, just describe it. For example, if you don't know how to say faucet, you could think, I'm turning on the thing that controls the water in the sink. This helps you train your brain to stay in English even if your vocabulary isn't perfect yet. The more input you have in English reading books, articles, social media posts, or listening to podcasts, music, and videos, the easier it will be to think in English. Make sure you choose topics you enjoy or find interesting. If you like sports, read an English sports blog. If you like cooking, watch cooking shows in English. When your brain is constantly exposed to English input, you'll start picking up new vocabulary and phrases that will naturally come to mind. The key is consistency. Try to dedicate at least 15–30 minutes every day to reading or listening in English. And as you read or listen, try to visualize the words in your head in English. If the idea of thinking in English all day feels overwhelming, start small. Pick a specific time of day, maybe for the first 5 minutes after you wake up, and commit to thinking in English during that time only. After you're comfortable, expand it to 10 minutes, then 15, and so on. For instance, if you brush your teeth at a.m. every day, decide, from 7 o'clock to 7:05, I will only think in English. Over time, you can gradually increase that period until you feel ready to handle longer sessions. This progressive approach helps you build a habit without too much pressure or frustration. A great evening or bedtime routine is to briefly summarize your day in English. Think about what you did, what you saw, how you felt, and describe it to yourself in English. For example, today was busy. I went to the grocery store and bought some fruits and vegetables. After that, I worked on my computer for a few hours. I felt a little stressed, but I took a break and went for a walk. Now, I'm tired, so I'll go to bed soon. If you want, you can speak this out loud or write it in a journal. Speaking or writing forces you to organize your thoughts in English, which is excellent practice for fluency. If you keep a daily English journal, you'll also see your progress over time, and that can be very motivating. If you're at home alone or in a private space, think out loud in English. Actually speak your thoughts instead of keeping them in your mind. This helps you connect the mental process of thinking with the physical process of speaking. Let's say you're deciding what to eat for lunch. You can say, what should I have for lunch? I have some chicken in the fridge. Maybe I can make grilled chicken with rice. That sounds healthy and delicious. This might feel silly, but it's a powerful way to push your brain to stay in English mode and practice your speaking skills simultaneously. When we learn a language, we often study individual words. But when you're trying to think in English, it's more natural to think in phrases or chunks. For example, instead of memorizing just the word morning, learn a common expression like, good morning, in the morning, every morning, I usually. If you focus on phrases like how are you doing or what's up, you'll be able to quickly recall them during real-life conversations or internal thoughts. Let's say you want to talk about your plans. Instead of memorizing plan and weekend separately, memorize an entire phrase, I'm planning to go out this weekend. That way, when you start thinking about your weekend, your brain will jump to that ready-to-use phrase. Remember, thinking in English is a skill, and like any skill, it takes time to develop. You're going to make mistakes. You'll forget words, mix up tenses, or occasionally slip back into your native language. That's completely normal. The important thing is to embrace those mistakes. If you notice you made an error, just correct yourself gently and move on. Don't spend too much time feeling embarrassed or frustrated. The more you practice, the better you'll get. A little patience goes a long way. Now let's see some practical examples of how you can think in English during everyday situations. Situation 1. Morning routine. Your thoughts in English. I'm so sleepy. Let me check the time. Oh, it's 7:30 a.m. I need to wake up now. Today, I have a meeting at 10 o'clock a.m., so I should make breakfast and then get dressed. Situation 2. Commuting to work or school. Your thoughts in English. I'm on the bus. It's quite crowded. I see a few empty seats at the back. Let me check my phone. I hope I'm not late today. Situation 3. Ordering coffee. Your thoughts in English. Do I want a latte or an Americano? I'm really craving something sweet. Maybe a caramel latte. Let's do that. Situation 4. Grocery shopping. Your thoughts in English. I need tomatoes, lettuce, and onions for the salad. What else do I need? Maybe some milk and eggs for breakfast tomorrow. Teacher smiling. By using English in these everyday scenarios, even if it's just in your mind, you'll speed up your learning. If possible, find an online language exchange partner or a friend who speaks English. The goal isn't just formal lessons, it's to have casual chats about everyday life. The more you talk about everyday topics, the more naturally you'll start thinking in English. You can also try recording voice notes or short videos of yourself speaking your thoughts. Review them to see how you can improve your vocabulary and sentence structure. This is a great low-pressure way to reinforce thinking and speaking in English. Let's do a quick recap of the tips we covered today. 1. Label your surroundings. Practice naming objects in English around you. 2. Develop an inner monologue. Think about daily tasks in English. Narrate your activities. 3. Read and listen in English daily. Immerse yourself in English content. 4. Start small and build up. Use short time blocks to train your brain to stay in English. 5. Summarize your day. Reflect on what happened. Write or speak out loud in English. 6. Use thinking aloud in private spaces. Verbalize your thoughts when you're alone. 7. Focus on phrases, not just words. Memorize chunks of language for quick retrieval. 8. Embrace mistakes and be patient. Learning takes time, so be kind to yourself. 9. Practical scenarios. Try thinking in English in real-life situations like commuting or shopping. 10. Engage in low-pressure speaking practice. Chat with friends or record yourself in English. Remember, small steps every day lead to big progress over time. The more often you practice thinking in English, the more comfortable and natural it will become. Thank you so much for joining me in today's lesson on how to think in English. I hope these tips and examples help you take your English skills to the next level. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share it with your friends who are also learning English, and don't forget to subscribe for more lessons. In the comments below, let me know which tip you're going to try first, or if you have any other strategies for thinking in English that have worked for you. Keep practicing, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.